Today we're going to talk about seller financing and the pros and cons for sellers. So everybody knows the pros for buyers. You might be able to bring less down. You might be able to get into something creatively so you brought less down. Maybe you get to get a lower interest rate than market. And maybe you're able to get into property that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to get into because of some sort of restrictions with loans. Maybe you have too many, maybe you have interesting income, you're self-employed, and it's hard to get approved. But seller financing can be great for buyers. Today we're going to talk about why it can be great for sellers, because that's who matters. You're the person that's benefiting the most from seller financing as a seller. The first reason seller financing is great for sellers is you get to make passive income. So over time, you get paid the principal, which is the balance of the loan that you're giving to this buyer, and you also get paid the interest. So you might get paid more than you think because you get to set this structure up however works best for you. You can say, hey, this is how long I want the loan to go for. This is the interest rate I want. And you can kind of maneuver and arrange how much passive income you're getting. In the long run, too, you're going to make a lot more off the property. So if you ever looked at an amortization statement when you bought a property, you'll see that you're actually paying a lot more than the loan amount for the property over time because of interest. So a $450,000 property might actually be $900,000 over 30 years. So as a seller, you can benefit from this. You get to charge interest, and you get to get paid the principal and interest over a long period of time, or whatever period of time you would like, and potentially make a lot more money. The next piece is you get to avoid taxes. So rather than getting that huge lump sum, let's say it's a $450,000 property, instead of getting that all at once, you can spread that out over time, which will keep you in a lower tax bracket and will allow you to pay less in taxes. I'm not an accountant. Make sure to talk to your accountant about this, and they'll explain it a lot better than I just did. The next biggest piece and the final benefit we're going to talk about for sellers and seller financing is it's completely flexible. It doesn't have to be a 30-year loan. It might be a 10-year loan with a 30-year amortization. So it's set up like it's 30 years, but it only lasts for 10. Or it might be 5 years with a 25-year amortization. You can kind of just play with variables and see what works best for you. If you're saying, hey, I want to have all this money back in 5 years, do a 5-year term, set it up at an amortization schedule that works best for you. And you can really arrange things however you would like, make as much or as little at once as you would like. So you can spread it out over a longer period of time, or you can get more over a shorter period of time. It just has to work for both you and the buyer. But again, seller financing can be really attractive to buyers. And a lot of times you can actually get them to pay a lot more for the property, and then you charge interest and make a ton more over a long period of time. So the negatives to seller financing, because it's not all roses, the negatives to seller financing are you might have to foreclose on this property. That's why it's so important to do a lot of due diligence on buyers before you give them this loan, essentially. You're loaning them the money over that period of time to buy your property. And you're going to do some of the same things that a lender would do. You're going to check credit, you're going to check background, you're going to check references here because you're giving them this loan. You don't have as much underwriting capability as a lender, and you really want to make sure that buyer is going to take good care of your property, because if you have to foreclose in a few years, you want to make sure you're not taking back something that's in terrible shape. But if you do it right, it can be a great way to make a lot more money without doing any work and get all the benefits of not paying all your taxes at once. Thanks for watching, guys.